Tango.
Hi, I'm Alicia Powers. Today we're on Broadway getting an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at a new musical. And we'll tell you about some of the must-see shows if you're in and around New York City. Let's begin with an incredible performance that will pull at your heartstrings. Come From Away is a true story about a group of passengers who were in the air at the time of the 9/11 attacks. Because the airspace was closed, they were rerouted and landed in a small Canadian town of Gander, Newfoundland. And they were welcomed with open arms. The passengers were stuck for several days amid the global uncertainty, but they felt like they were at home thanks to the limitless generosity of the residents of Newfoundland. Come From Away is an incredible fast-paced musical drawing in people of all ages and backgrounds. This is definitely a show that you want to see. The next gem is a reimagined version of the late Stephen Sondheim's most beloved play, Company. It opened shortly after Sondheim passed away last November. The new version of Company switches the protagonist from the male to female. Bobby, with an I and E, is celebrating her 35th birthday. All of her crazy married friends are planning a surprise party complete with a show-stopping tune and a hilarious rendition of The Ladies Who Lunch. Six is a show that has it all. Deaths, divorces, and beheadings. Six is about the 6 wives of Henry VIII, but it puts a different spin on Henry's gals. They are pop stars in a girl group that resembles the Spice Girls. Each wife stages a competition in front of the audience every single night. They get a solo part, and the one the audience says had the worst time being married to old King Henry, they win. It's great because it's interactive and the performers have incredible range in their voices, bellowing ballads at various pitches. Hadestown centers around the ancient Greek myth of Orpheus and Eurydice, where Orpheus goes to the underworld to rescue his lover, but it intertwines American folk and jazz traditions to reinvent the tale. This large-scale production wraps you into the story. It takes you to the underworld and back with its boastful musical interludes, and it mixes contemporary geopolitical issues to make it interesting. Now to our exclusive inside look to one of Broadway's hottest new musicals. It's their showcase and preview to the big stage of the Broadway lights. What was it like to see such a beautiful love story take place tonight?
Well, it was really moving because a lot of shows right now that are amazing are really kind of edgy and funny and in your face, but there hasn't been a really deep love story on Broadway in a while, and I found myself getting really, really excited to hear Cecilia's music and to see this story and to see people be vulnerable with each other and connect across difference.
Well, it's our very first presentation, so I was a little nervous, but it turned out to be okay. I'm very happy about it.
Now, this is so exciting, the Noble Family, the show that we just witnessed. Tell me all about this project.
Well, it's based on a very well-known Chinese novel. And also, it was 20 years ago, the TV series came out and everyone loved it. And then 20 years later, the producer came to me, he said, oh, I want to make it a Broadway show. And then I said, sure. So 4 years later, that was 4 years ago I moved to New York. So 4 years later, we finally have a first draft, a first concert presentation to the Broadway industry.
You come from a place where there's been a lot of hatred towards your people and your culture. So what does it mean for you to have this show that is based on a Chinese love story
the show Noble Family is really about love. And I think, yes, it's completely from Chinese culture, but it doesn't matter because we all need love in this world, right? So to me, it's like love and music, no matter where you're coming from, which country you're coming from, we should all give our love to the world. So far, everyone find that very interesting and they loved it. So we are talking with few producers and theater companies. So it's gonna have something very soon.
Yes, because of something. The performers were just electric, and the music just gets into your soul. I mean, and if that just is the preview, I can't even imagine what the full show is going to be. So I can't wait for that, and we're so excited to see it.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you for having us. Now, after seeing a Broadway show, I don't know about you, but I love to go out to dinner and chew on more than just the plot. It's the perfect night out, and the Theater District has everything New York has to offer within a few blocks, including Sardis on 44th Street. It's known as a celebrity hotspot. It's where Broadway performers go out to dinner after their shows. It's been here since 1927, and it's a Broadway staple. Sardis is also known for their thousands of characters that portray Broadway actors that line the walls of their restaurant. A lot of actors and actresses flock to Playwright Tavern and Restaurant on 49th Street for a nice cold beer and a nightcap. The pub has Irish-American classics like shepherd's pie, a Reuben sandwich, a variety of burgers and steak, and it always, of course, has a potato on the side. The Playwright has live music every Thursday through Sunday, taking the party live throughout midnight. And you may just bump into one of the stars on the Broadway show that you just saw. And that's What's Up, New York. Tell us about your Broadway experience and what you remember of the after party at NYTC. And if you're visiting New York, welcome. We have a library of unique and fun experiences that you can only get in our city, and that is only at nytc.com. I'm Alicia Powers, and I'll see you next Thursday.